The boss of BI-8 has 2 lives. Each of them has 28,000 HP, 600 defense, 50 resistance. And the second life of the boss has some very tricky skills. The first one is it can blink past any blocking units, and the cooldown is 30 seconds. It is quite similar to the skill of Crown Slayer, but the boss also deals heavy damage when blinking past any units. The second skill, on losing each 25% of HP, the boss will disarm and zero out the SP of all operators within a radius of 3 blocks. This skill makes it very difficult to kill the boss within melee distance. So I find that Amiya can actually has a very long range when using the third skill Chimera in the caster mode, and the damage is also right enough to kill each life of the boss. So let me show you how to do this. Amiya needs to be full potential to improve its SP recovery talent, and the skill needs to be level 7. Specialization is not needed but recommended. Beagle can be replaced with any main tank with high defense, like Kuora or Bison, or even better defenders, and Noir Corn can be any defender. And here we use Spot and Gravel, and they can be any tanky operators with at least 1 block. And here we also have Cruz, which is a marksman good at anti-air, and also Rangers, also a marksman good at anti-air, and 2 healers, Hibiscus and Gavil. And we also have Midnight, which is a Lord that can deal out damage. You can replace it with any other Lords that can deal out damage, like Arene or even Lapland. We still have 2 slots left, and if you want to make it safe, you can also bring other operators with at least 1 block and as tanky as possible, like Melantha or other operators with more HP or defense. The first step is to deploy Amiya as soon as possible so that it can recover SP by attacking or killing enemies. Then we deploy our Noir Corn facing left to block the enemies. Let's then wait until Amiya collected enough SP before deploying other operators, because if your other operators have too high DPS, Amiya cannot collect enough SP by attacking or killing. When Amiya's skill is almost ready, we deploy Ranger, Hibiscus, Cruz, and Beagle. The next step is to wait until boss stands still above your Cruz, just 1 block away above your Cruz. Turn on Amiya's skill after the boss stands still. If you do it too early, you will mess it up later. Deploy your Midnight facing down to prevent other enemies entering Amiya's range, so that the damages are not amortized. Retreat your Amiya immediately when the boss is dying, because we need to redeploy Amiya for the second life, and the time is very tight. Once Amiya is retreated, we can deploy our secondary healer towards left at the position of Amiya. When the kill count reaches 11 or 12, some drones will freeze your operators and deal heavy damage, and we can turn on the skill of your healer. When Amiya is almost ready for redeployment, we retreat Cruz and then immediately redeploy Amiya facing downwards, which Amiya will then kill the boss second life. We also defend Noir Corn just to block more enemies from reaching Midnight, so that Midnight can later use his ranged attack to attack boss instead of attacking the enemies that he is blocking. Let's slow down the game a little bit when the boss comes out of stairs. First, we wait for the boss to attack Beagle, and then immediately deploy Gravel to trick the boss into using her blink skill. After that, when the boss is about to hit Beagle, immediately turn on Beagle's skill to increase defense, followed by Hibiscus' skill to increase healing, and then turn on Midnight's skill to deal damage to the boss. When the Amiya's skill is ready, turn it on immediately. This will deal heavy damage to the boss, and the boss will trigger her disarm ability. But Amiya is more than 3 blocks away from the boss, so Amiya won't be disarmed. Attention, this is probably the trickiest part of the game. When your defender is down because all your healers are disarmed, we have to wait until the boss gets out of the block. Actually, it is when the center of the boss gets out of this block before we can deploy any operators to slow her down. Otherwise, if the boss is blocked inside this block, the Amiya will be in the range of the 3-block disarm aura when the boss takes damage. When Amiya is disarmed, no one can deal enough damage to the boss, and the boss will kill all of you. And another important thing to notice is to redeploy Cruz immediately once Cruz is ready for redeployment. Otherwise, this drone will be leaked. If your operator is not tanky enough, or if your Amiya has low DPS, so that the boss hasn't died before your operator dies, you can immediately deploy other operators at the same block to give enough room for Amiya to do damage. Look, here we win. Please click like if you like this video, and thank you for watching.